Hey guys, it's your girl Keri, and today I am super excited to be part of the Entertaining in and Around Your Home collaboration hosted by Melanie from the channel Living Luxuriously for Less. The inspiration for this collaboration came from a book authored by the renowned event planner Lene Valentine. We were challenged to pick a space in our home and show how we would set it up for entertaining. After watching this collaboration, please be sure to check out the other fabulous participants. Their links will be in the description box below. So let's get started. This past Sunday, I hosted a Because I Love You Mother's Day brunch. I had a budget of $50 for 6 to 8 people, and I challenged myself not to purchase anything but the food. I wanted to show you all the power of building on what you have. In my previous video, I shared how I planned this event and how you could take the basics from my Dollar Tree Tablescape Basics 101 video and create something totally different with just some fabric and a few items. If you have been with me for a while, you will recognize everything on this table from previous Tablescape videos, with the exception of the linens and flatware. Now, the feel that I was trying to go for when I was decorating this tablescape was a casual elegance, kind of like something that you would find in a Southern Home magazine or a Better Homes and Garden magazine. I just wanted it to be easy elegance. So it wasn't in your face, but when you look at the tabletop, you're still saying, wow. And what makes this feel so homey and nice is the natural elements. Adding these hyacinth placemats and the actual cups and drinks, that actually makes you feel warm and inviting. But then adding pops of the silver, silverware, silver dishes and silver cutlery, again adds that extra elegance and makes it feel a little bit dressed up, but you don't feel so dressed up that you don't want to touch anything or say, hey, I'm afraid to eat here because everything looks too perfect. What makes everything look so cohesive and nice, even though everything doesn't match, is that the color palette is pretty much the same, and also we do have some grounding objects to make everything go. For example, all of the chargers are the same on all of the place settings, so that kind of ties everything together. All of the plates are the same on all of the place settings, so that also ties everything together. And then the placemats, they are the same, but they are different shapes. They're made of the same material and different shapes. The silverware goes pretty nicely because it coordinates with the overall color scheme. So don't be afraid to mix and match. Now, after you get your basics down, you want to add just that little detail to your tablescape that makes you say, wow, that's interesting, that's different. Right down here, I have these bee salt and pepper shaker, and then I also have the bee honey pot, and you fill his backside with honey, and it has a little spoon inside. This charger, and it reminds me of a honeycomb, so that really tied in with the entire bee theme. I put down a vintage French bee table runner down the center of the table, and that added some additional interest to the table and also captured our bee theme. Now, I had this napkin ring, and I figured, hey, this napkin ring kind of reminds me of a beehive or something with bees, so I thought this would be perfect to fit into our scheme. And then over here for the silverware, and so many of you are probably wondering, hey, Keri, what's that funny looking utensil right there? You guys know I'm going to have a Let's Dish moment. On every tablescape, I have a unique dish that can also serve as like a conversation piece. And this little doodad right here is called a bacon fork. If you remember, my mom made me a ton of napkins out of some fabric that I was trying to use up. Well, this is one of the napkins she made. And I also used remnants of the fabric to decorate our party favors / DIY craft entertainment. We made some foot scrub. And I picked out this little cotton ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I just ran a hot glue gun and attached or fixed this little ribbon to the edge of the fabric, so it looks like it is just part of the decor. And this actually matches. It blends in beautifully with my tabletop. And you guys know I keep a stash of burlap on hand, so I went into my Christmas box and pulled out some burlap wired ribbon, and I just attached that to the actual tabletop. So if I lifted this up, you will see that everything is held together by some blue painter's tape. And this is okay because this will not damage the table. It'll peel right up and no residue will be there. And so I just kind of covered that up, and voila, you have a custom tablecloth. In order to jazz up this plate, I just did a handmade menu card, and I shared how to make this in my previous video, and just set that on top of the everything that I made for this brunch, it was make ahead. So that's another great tip when trying to plan a brunch to take the stress off. Choose items that will hold up on your tabletop, and also you can make the night before. And then also think about how the food needs to be once you take it out. Does it need to stay hot? Is it something that can be room temperature? Now I wanted to focus our attention over here to our bar cart, and on our bar cart we're going to have mimosa mocktails because, like I mentioned before, my mom and her sisters, they do not drink any alcohol. And on here, this is very basic, very simple. I have my little champagne flutes here, and here are the little Dollar Tree bottles right here, and you can just put your different juices in there that you want to have to make your mimosas. And then down here is just a little bowl that I'm going to put some fruit in that you can just add to your mimosa. Also, when you're using your dispensers, you want to make sure that you line or put something underneath there to catch the drips. Now the bottom of the bar cart is very simplistic. It's set up for tea and coffee service and the dessert. So I have my tea kettle here, and I'll just bring this off, and bring it to the table once we're finished eating. And then the rest of like the tea and the sugar and cream, that's just right in the kitchen counter, and I can just quickly bring that to the table. I have this little cake stand here. I bought a store-bought apple pie. You just take that out of the wrapping and sit that on there and sit it on the table with your pie cutter, and you're good to go. And then I have a few of the plates here that we're going to use as dessert plates. So it's very simple, very basic, and when you pull all of that off, you can use the bottom tray, because it will be empty, to bring all of your dishes that have been used from the table, stack it right over here, and then you can just wheel everything right to the kitchen for easy cleanup once your event is over. So guys, I hope you found this video useful and my previous video on planning a brunch useful. Please be sure to go check out the other participants' videos. The link is in the description box below. And until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.